successfully captured Sector C. We had something like this similar happen before. We are going to Sector D. A lot of strategy can be put out here, but you know what else can happen, Goj? The helicopter pretty much rejoins the battle.
Such a big win from DNI, very well executed. Information being gained of 2 vehicles dropping onto the map as we speak. Helicopter gonna carry them. I doubt able to take down both. Maybe
very low.
One, though.
Very low.
One to go down, and it does. Very well done from DNI. Bang actually netted the kill, which I would assume is from an Allure rocket to clean things up. Well executed. Well defined, and still a huge advantage from the vehicle side for DNI, folks. Whoever wins this map, whoever wins this singular point, wins this match and goes straight to the grand finals. The stakes couldn't be higher. TXT has put up a good fight. DNI has the advantage. 100 lives, and this is where a lot of score is going to be invested, because what else are you waiting on? What are you saving it for? Next year? What?
No. Oak from downtown after 34 minutes of dealing with that pesky helicopter, when it was about to find the most value it has yet, somehow, some way, blows it to smithereens.
It's not the only helicopter that's down, by the way. It's not the only vehicle down, rather. NTPP, the hero of TXD, picks up another vehicle kill as well.
34 minutes we've been in this match. For a little bit of perspective, when we played Crack, after about 25 minutes, we started to see guided missiles. I would not be surprised if we see something similar here. We always do on Ascension. What else we need to see is the attack actually push up. So far, they have barely made it out of the cave of C, and they've got to start making progress.
One of the only vehicles that DNI has is an assault vehicle. We lose an assault vehicle on the way down from TXD, but they don't really care. They care about this tank. An IFV and a tank on the side of the defense. I believe a tank destroyer coming down in a safe way for the attack here. With an assault vehicle and a tank on their side, a very even match. The problem really with this D sector is that we just don't have that many lives. TXD has done enough on other sectors to make this hold a lot easier for them, especially after that helicopter goes down.
Yeah, after they captured C, they had about 100 tickets remaining. They've somehow already used 25, and they really haven't made that much progress at all. They are trying, though, and it actually looks like they clear out the first line of defense over here, but there is a giant spot on the left side, and there it is. We talked about it. Score was going to be a big problem for the defensive side of things. The first guided missile here is going to land in 10 seconds, and I can almost guarantee you plenty more will follow. How much value does it actually find? Was it worth it? Lands, finds 2.
They're gonna bring down this Spire, folks. I can only imagine it. A big push on the right-hand side after a 2-piece from the guided missile. Watch out for that siren. Legacy trying to get aggressive to cover the flank, and golly, nailed 2G, finding so much value on this long angle. They will not be going in the bottom side of D1. Some trades here that are certainly going to the side of the defense. Another guided missile from Sarah Jin. They are going to bring down this Spire.
Spire could be the point of impact. Could be what they are focusing on right here. Could also try to put it on the front side of it to try to blow up one of the vehicles, and that's exactly what happened. Sarah Jin, with a well-placed guided missile, takes out one of the vehicles. If you take a look, it's now even 1-1 in terms of the vehicle game, but we're still down to 50 tickets. It looks like we're losing about 25 tickets every 3 minutes.
Got to make a move in the next 6 minutes or so, and it's going to be on the back of this tank destroyer in Wansa. Needs to find a crazy amount of value, but too aggressive. You lose that tank destroyer, you're going to have such a difficult time getting to the point. Sarah Jin gets a vehicle destruction. Sarah Jin opens things up for this attack. There are no vehicles on the defensive side. On the back of Sarah Jin and a guided missile, an opening for the attack that they desperately needed. They have to push this defense back. They have to get to the edge of D1, and they've got to get there right now. A tank coming in for the defense, well-timed, well-needed. Tank destroyer is wreaking havoc on the front. and DG Alpha actually connects, and DG Delta drops another guided missile.
Guided missile lost.
This won't be the last one either, folks. They've been saving them up now that they've pushed them back. There was only so much room they have to work with. TXD are being backed up on the sector. They're going to be clumped up right now, looking to find value. Does find two once again. Spire Foundation damaged.
A big push from the attack. They pushed up to the egress and the ingress of D1. A big moment that they need to control here. A respawn beacon could be well timed. There is a defensive respawn beacon back into the mix of these towers on the outside of the point. Skynet into the tank has gotten aggressive. There's the beacon. There's the urgent deployment, folks. This is a big move from DNI to push the equation and make the defense back up. A beacon answered. Let's see how many people spawn into it. With this urgent redeployment, these tickets going to dwindle very quickly. But Oak gets a kill on the tank destroyer. Oak has opened things up for the defense. They said beacon where? I don't know, but the point is clear. The beacon's on the far left-hand side. Here comes a huge push. Isn't it all in? No, but it's pretty dang close. And Veronica, the hero of Crack, is about to try to be the hero with a guided missile straight onto the point.
Well-timed missile. This is exactly when you want it to land. When you have all of the boots on the ground, they've all spawned in. The urgent deployment came in at the right time. Veronica has to find value. Guided missile has to find value to help out DNI. It lands. It hits nothing. It does clear off the point, though.
The Spire is severely damaged, folks. It only takes one and another beacon from the attack. The defense is shaking in their boots.
Another one.
Come down to Oak, and this guided missile could change the game. This guided missile could change the game for DNI to win with yet again just a sliver of hope from the amount of lives they have left. Mayan picks up another kill. Tank down. Missile lands. The Spire is one away. The Spire is going to fall. The attack have to push and push now. There is a minute and a half left. This is for all the marbles, folks.
Strategic beacon is down for TXD, but with the fact that the Spire is going to fall, DNI gotta be feeling good.
Vehicle dropped to designated location.
An unbelievable ending to an insane best of three. This is it, folks. This is the last push. The last chance to take D2 now in this D sector. Here is the angle. Here is the opportunity. They're going around the low side. Maybe a hair too low.
The Spire's down.
The last chance, lives don't matter. They desperately needed this, forcing an essential overtime. They only had 10 lives. Taking down the Spire creates an opportunity to still win, where otherwise you would have lost. It is gonna come down to a gunfight, and it's gonna come down to bodies on a point. And right now, we've got a tank destroyer holding the top, and DG Alpha says, anybody wanna come to the surface? I'm about to blow you to smithereens.
40 seconds remaining for DNI here. Remember, one of their big advantages was the vehicle, but the fact now that this D2 point has moved underground, it's very, very hard for him to find values. EBBT is going to be calling in a guided missile of his own. This one's going to land on the surface. This one's going to hurt. DNI are starting to feel the pressure. 20 seconds left for them to get a foot on the point. 2 seconds remaining for this missile. Puts it in the minds the DNI. It lands. It finds 2 kills, but finally the push comes in. The vehicle's actually managed to get down the staircase right now. 10 seconds remaining.
Urgent redeployment on the right-hand side. A guided missile on the left that won't land in time. Folks, it couldn't get any closer, but TXD is holding. TXD is holding for now. Will TXD win? We are in overtime again. Call it double overtime. Call it a missile from the left and a missile from the right. Kill after kill. A triple hit.
Whoa!
20. How many people just fell from the attack? Too many to count. The defense with the biggest guided missile you have ever seen on land, online. TXD hold on the back of a singular missile in double overtime in game 3 of the lower bracket to make it to the grand finals. We said it was going to be close. We said it couldn't get it any closer, but it did.
In third place, incredible run from them.
Let's take a look back on that one, folks. I mean, good grief. What a banger of a series, and of course, a banger map number 3. We head to Ascension after Cracked, and Ascension is almost the exact opposite of Cracked. It's a much longer map. It's a much more vehicle-heavy map. You obviously start with a helicopter. Our helicopter operators, I tip my hat to them. D&I did a great job. Stack, Sarah Jin, that whole roster, really well done in the air. But I gotta say, TXD, they win this game starting here. You remember how long they held for point A. They depleted enough lives to where going into the next couple rounds, we weren't near max going into Sector B. We weren't near max going into Sector C or D. It all starts here. And that's, you know, the name of the game in high-level warfare. It's not just about holding and winning on the first point or the second point, etc. It's about depleting of resources. We talk about score depletion. We talk about all-ins that aren't fruitful. We talk about losing vehicles. All of those things important. But the main resource, the resource that is stable, it is not a variable. It is a constant throughout every map and every point, is your lives. This is the one thing you have to protect. And D&I did a good job of prioritizing revives, but they weren't able to capture points very quickly. Because of that, we're moving into each sector with less and less lives to the point when we got to D, we just didn't have enough runway to get off the ground. We look at B, and frankly, same story. This B sector took way too long compared to what we've seen from other teams, and namely because of moments like this. This was a great all-in from the defense to stall it out even longer, take us from 80 down into the 60s. So then when we hit the tunnels, we're at less than 120 lives.
Yeah, A and B took a little long, but I gotta tell you, after that, it seemed like D&I woke up. C went very, very well. I think strategically speaking, going for C1 first, having the edge out in the vehicles to wrap around towards C2, that was very well played. And then the approach to B1 as well. I mean, it took them a little while to get out of that cave, but once they did, they had a very clear plan. Destroy all the vehicles, you know, break the spire.
Look at that.
But that's got to be probably one of, if not the killing blow, is losing the helicopter at the very first moment.
Totally.
It was about to find insane value.
Totally agree. Heli couldn't get away from that rocket. And again, I've already seen some debate on whether bringing down the Spire was the right call or not. Remind you, when the Spire dropped, they had 17 lives left. So this moment gave them an opportunity to play. That final guided missile picked up so many kills to save the day. They were able to hold for just enough time. With that second point being underground, it took away the advantage of the extra guided missiles from the attacking side as well. What a great game. The score is certainly going to reflect that on both sides. Talk about a hero. CVVT, top scorer, dropping guided missiles. Oh, I'm fully aware. 122 revives
right
with
below.
medics at 136 revives on the defensive side. Heroes in the making, and one of the reasons that D&I was able to save so many lives on the longest game we've seen thus far is they had 4 people at